Hello everyone, I'm Priyanka and today we will talk about ion exchange chromatography. Ion exchange chromatography is a process that allows the separation of ions and polar molecules based on their affinity to the ion exchanger. It can be used for almost any kind of charged molecule including large protein, small nucleotide and amino acids. Talking about the principle of ion exchange chromatography. Exchange of ion is the basic principle in this type of chromatography. In this process, two types of ion exchanger their chromatography that are cationic and anionic exchangers are used. Talking about the cationic exchanger possess negatively charged group and these will attract positively charged cations. These exchangers are also called acidic ion exchangers materials because their negatively charged result from the ionization of acidic groups. Talking about the anionic exchangers have positively charged groups that will attract negatively charged anions. These are also called basic ion exchanger materials. Talking about the type of the ion exchange resin, two type of group of material are used to prepare ion exchange resin: polystyrene and cellulose. Resin made from both of these materials differ in their flow properties, ion accessibilities, and chemical and mechanical stability. Polystyrene resin are proposed by the polymerization reaction of styrene and divinylbenzene. High concentration of divinylbenzene produce high cross-linkage. Polystyrene resins are very useful for separating small molecular weight compounds. Increasing the cross-linkage uh, increase the rigidity, reduce swelling, reduce porosity, and reduce the solubility of the polymeric structures. Sulfonic acid are strong acid with good proton dissociation ability. By sulfonation processes, acidic functional groups are easily attached to nearly every aromatic nucleus. Resins substituted with sulfonic acid group are strong cationic exchangers. To prepare weakly acid exchangers, carbohydrate group can be attached to the aromatic ring instead of sulfonic acid group. If basic functional group are introduced, the resin can exchange anion rather than cation. Strong anion exchangers are prepared with tertiary amine, yielding a strong basic quaternary ammonium group. Weak anionic exchanger can be prepared with secondary amines, yielding a weakly based tertiary amine. Cellulose resin have much greater permeability to macromolecules, polyelectrolytes, and possess a much lower charge density as compared to polystyrene exchanger. Cellulose resin have much greater permeability to macromolecules, polyelectrolytes, and possess a much lower charge density as compared to polystyrene exchanger. Talking about some example, carboxymethyl cellulose, CM cellulose, cationic exchanger. And next we have diethylene amino ethyl cellulose, that is a anionic exchanger. Talking about the preparation of the exchange medium, there are three steps of absolute importance. First is swelling of medium, that is pre-cycling. Swelling Coupling makes the functional group to be exposed for ion exchanger. The swelling of anion exchanger is usually carried out by treating it first with an acid 0.5 normality of HCl and then with base 0.5 normality of NaOH. Exactly the reverse in case with the cationic exchanger. The matrix can be treated with EDTA for impurity elimination. Removal of very small particles. These finally, these finally will decrease the flow rate and the unsatisfactory reaction. To remove fines, the exchanger is repeatedly suspended in a large volume of water, and after the large polymer have settled down, the slow sedimenting. Next we have equilibration with the counter ion. This is accomplished by washing the exchanger with different reagent depending upon the desired counter ion to be introduced. NaOH counter ion to be introduced is Na positive. HCl counter ion to be introduced is H positive ion. NaNO3 counter ion to be introduced is NO3. Talking about the choice of the buffer, anionic exchange chromatography should be carried out with cationic buffers. Cationic exchange chromatography should be carried out with the anionic buffers. The pK of the buffer should be as near as possible to the pH at which the system is buffered. This results in high buffer capacity, which can withstand the local change of pH in the column easily. Talking about the ion exchange chromatography procedure, ion exchange separation are carried out mainly in column packed with the ion exchanger. These ion exchangers are commercially available. They are made up of styrene and divinyl benzene. Diethyl aminoethyl cellulose is an ionic exchanger. CM cellulose is a cationic exchanger. The choice of the exchanger depends upon the charge of the particles to be separated. The separate anionic exchangers are used to separate cationic exchangers are used. First, the column is filled with the ion exchanger, then the sample is applied, followed by the buffer. The tris buffer, acetate buffer, citrate, and a phosphate buffer are widely used. The particles which have a high affinity for the ion exchanger will come down the column along with the buffer. In the next step, using a corresponding buffer, separate the tightly bound particles. Then these particles are analyzed spectrophotometrically. Talking about the application, it is extremely used in analysis of amino acid. The amino acid autoanalyzer is based on ion exchange principle to determine the base composition of nucleic acid. This is most effective method for water purification, complete deionization of water, or a non-electrolyte solution is performed by exchanging solute cations for hydrogen ions and solute anions for hydroxyl ions. This is usually achieved by the method is used for softening of drinking water. Protein are also successfully separated by this technique. It is also used for the separation of many vitamins, other biological amines, and organic acid and bases. One of the main disadvantages of ion exchange chromatography is its buffer requirement. Because binding to ion exchange resin is dependent on electrostatic interaction between protein of interaction and the stationary phase. Ion exchange column must be loaded with low salt buffers. For some application, this restriction may require a buffer exchange step prior to ion exchange chromatography. That's all we have in ion exchange chromatography. Thank you and have a nice day.